Now we're back on the
good.
recording. Somebody was supposed to remind me, and I think it was me, to do that, but we're gonna put this on the website for the guys that aren't on here tonight. So we'll get it. And then Ralph, how are you? I see you joined us. Good to see you. Hey, Ralph.
Sorry, Jerry, I had muted my my sound so I wouldn't interfere with anything.
That's
Sorry,
all
I was a
right.
few minutes late. I had to pick up my
Okay,
wife at
good
the
to
airport.
see you. I just wanted to say hello. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all right.
Good,
All
good
right.
to see everybody,
I
be
just
with
wanted to
everybody
say hello.
again.
Thank you.
Somebody speak up and show me
All
what
right.
you've got so far. Say, Meg, show me what you've got so far. I want to know where people are at.
Okay, I don't know whether it's easy to bring the camera to the fly or the other way around. Here you go.
Yeah, let's see what's going on.
It's not gonna focus.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Close enough. Yeah, that's good. All
It
right,
looks-
everybody's
It looks
happy?
tiny. It's fine. I got it.
That's good.
Yeah, that didn't go so well.
I can see it.
It's
All
got
right. Anybody need to catch up?
I'm good.
Everybody good? Let me know if you're not ready. Only one more maneuver, and that's to find that orange quill body that you may be short on, because it seems like it
Body
takes
is.
an awful lot of it. So you can, if you're ready to do it, cut it evenly, because it's hard to cut these little fibers out of the way later. And I'm just gonna tie it in at the front here, and then we're going to make a hot spot. So right now I have to tie in a half hitch, and I'm going to get that out of the way, and I'm going to wrap this. You can do it by hand. I just think it's going to be easier this way. If you really want this to show up, you put a layer of white thread under it. They say. And that makes it show up pretty well.
good grief. This is it's
It's just a
unraveling
nice,
as we speak here.
yeah, it looks like it's gonna unravel left and right. I know.
Yeah, now I lost it all together.
I just lost
I
it.
just
and it
happen to
all
have
unraveled.
extra if
Yeah,
anybody.
don't lose it. I just lost it too, Megan. Yep, there we go.
Here, I'll pass the spool to you. Here you go. There's some more. Oh,
If you ever really get into
you
this,
could probably just tie a hot spot with thread or something just for the night, you know.
Well,
Jerry, zoom out, would you?
if you start
Zoom out?
using this stuff regularly, put it on
Yes.
a bobbin. It really works much better.
Put it on a bobbin.
Yeah, like this.
yeah, you can put it on the bobbin, but I didn't send that much out to you. So I'm just gonna
But
tie
I mean,
it
if
in.
you buy spools like Gary has,
How many turns?
Yeah,
Enough to make a collar?
yeah, it works beautifully on a bobbin. Yeah, you can, yeah, and they're much better.
and you can then you can do your whip finish with it.
Yes,
Ah,
which would be nice, but then you wouldn't show that little black line in there. But one thing, when you're doing these, because you're gonna coat them with plastic, you don't have to do a lot of whip finishes. You could probably do a half hitch and
Yeah.
you're done. You know,
One or two and you're done.
yeah, I did too, and I think that's enough.
now, what I want to do is, when you get this fly completed, is go over and look for any little things that are going to stick up, like right in here. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I got a little piece of thread. That little thing is going to become a big thing when you coat it with UV. So I can't cut it any shorter, but I'm going to put on some UV here. And that becomes pretty much alive. And the ticket is thin down as much as you can. I've got a little fiber here that I'm gonna get rid of. I got one out here.
Oh, we're
It's gotta
tight.
go. There we go. And let it soak in a little bit. And I'm gonna get out my 10-cent light here, my one that came with the special $10 deal. But I want you to notice something when you light this up. When I light it up, you see how that orange stuff lights up? It fluoresces. It really does. And it's got a lot of UV light reflection to it, which is what this fish can see. Okay.
Hey,
There-
Jerry, zoom out, would you?
on-
Zoom out, please.
Zoom out.
Yeah, you're a blur
Let me see if
on
I
the
can-
fly.
Am I blurred?
Oh,
Yeah, you're out of focus.
On
Not
the
bad.
fly.
you're right there. That's it.
Let's see what we've got can do here. It's not easy to change focus here. Yeah,
Oops, wrong chair.
let's see what I can do. Is that any better?
No.
Hmm?
Getting better.
I always have to whip
Yeah,
a
they're
little of
good.
this off.
Yeah, you really see that hot spot with the UV light on
Oh,
it.
yeah. What?
Yeah, yeah, when you hit that UV light, that hot spot lights it's up. Let's see if I can do it from this way. See, oh yeah, see how that lights up? That really does. So I've got a little halo fiber here. There we go.
Um,
And they look like they're monstrous, but they're just fine as heck.
Sally Hansen.
So if you can, go ahead and finish up. Now, some of the time when you're doing this, it's easiest to take that UV and cover that little slot hole on top with it. Fill the UV in there so it doesn't leak into your fly later on. And in the next fly, we're going to make a back, and I'm going to show you how to make a case, a wing case. This one doesn't, this particular one doesn't come with a wing case.
Jerry,
I hope,
Jerry, I got a question. What's so special about coq de leon that you couldn't achieve the same thing with grouse or sharptail or Hungarian?
it's
Nothing.
tougher.
Okay.
nothing.
No, it's
Um,
tougher. It's supposed to make
I-
a tougher
I-
tail though. If you don't, versus like pheasant tail is
Yeah,
not
this,
durable.
yeah.
These are very durable.
yeah, Huns are
And-
awful
and
good
the
though.
Coq de Leon has got it should have a nice, if you look at the, let me get the feather up here.
Mm-hmm.
You see,
Yeah,
it's got a real nice look to it's barred. So to
Yeah, it's nice
speak.
and modeling.
But you know what I had my best luck with?
But
When I used some Indian hackle that looked like this, plain with another fly we're going to tie later. So
Oh.
I don't think it's that special. All I think that was I gave you the original recipes
mhm.
that they sent out with the Fly Tire magazine, and I didn't want to change it.
Yeah.
There you can see the barred look to
Yeah.
it in the back.
Yep. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it does have a nice barring in there,
Mhm.
and it does mimic. So you can do it, and I don't think it's that. Let's look at the magnification on it. If I can get that to do it again. So, and not everybody else catch it. Come here. Don't go away here. There we go.
See that?
Yeah, let's see what I can get magnification. And you can see the
I guess.
magnify. There we go.
Wow.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, you put some
I don't
Sally
like
Hansen, you put some Sally Hansen's hard as nails over the UV resin and it really pops.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Yeah, the UV resin makes everything pop. And this body quill,
God,
if you
Jerry.
have white underneath it, it's going to pop even more. So it's something to think about. If you want to go that far. I haven't done that yet, but I think we should play with that, or I was going to play with it. Okay. Time. I
I
got
don't care as long as the
everything.
fish eat it.
Pardon me?
I said, I don't care as long as the fish eat it.
Yeah, that's right. I don't
Tails.
care what it looks like, but not everything has to have that Perdigon. Don't all have to have the Coca Leon. I'm just following the guy's recipe, and believe me, it
Yep.
looks nice. But I'm going to show you some other ones that I think when they get down to the blooming olive, I think you're going to like it just as well. So what I want to do is I want to tie all 4 flies tonight because we're doing all 4. Tie them all once, and then if we still have time, we'll go back and do them again if we can make the time. But tonight we have a short session. We're trying to catch up. So I'm going to move on to the next one if you guys are all ready. So the next one is the Frenchie. If you have that list in the book, and if you looked at the book, and it's basically Coca Leon for a tail again. So
What color thread?
I'm playing with this, Peter, and I can't get that tungsten bead to go where you'd like to see it, maybe, but it only goes in one place. So
Well, just twitch it with your fingers a little bit. You roll it. Hey, your
see, if
thread
I-
is steaming to roll it. Your thread is catching the lip of the
Yeah,
slot, and it's rolling it a little bit.
yeah, I'm doing that right now. It rolls in there, rolls around.
Jerry, can I
yeah.
say something about your bead? When you put the bead on, you want to secure it so that the squared off portion is down.
Right.
If you notice on the bead, there's a rounded end and then there's a squared off end. The rounded end should be up. So
Right.
when you finally set it in place, that's where
And-
it's supposed to wind up.
Meg, I question, I'm not questioning you, but I want to know what you mean, which is up.
Okay.
Because this fly is going to be
Okay, facing
upside
down.
down, writing upside down from this.
Oh, stop. Okay. I'm just
No,
talking
no,
about
I'm
just
serious.
orientation wise. No, it says that when you're tying it, when you're actually making orientation wise. No, it says that when you're tying it, when you're actually making the fly, you want to keep the rounded end up.
Up towards you when you're tying,
Correct.
Up
Keep the
up
rounded
towards the
end up.
ceiling.
which will later will be down.
Towards you when you're tying.
Correct.
But
Which later will be down on the fly.
the flat side goes on the same side as the hook point.
Yes,
Correct.
there you
You
go.
can lock it in there. At least I found you can lock it in there if you just
Right,
tuck a
there you
little
go.
piece of wire into the back end of the bead.
It sets in there
Yes.
nicer.
Yeah, or a feather or anything you can do it with. Yeah, and it should go that way. And
Oops.
when I get down to the roadkill skunk, I make sure that happens on a much bigger hook to ride upward. So it probably makes a big difference in a larger fly. I'm not quite sure it does with this, but when you tie this and when you put a piece of monofilament through that eye, if you take that and you just hang it in midair after the fly is tied, look how it's going to hang. It's not going to hang the way you think it is. And it's really going to hang a little bit differently. It's not going to hang horizontally, and it's not going to hang straight up and down. It's going to be somewhere in between the two. And I guarantee you, if you tie on with a loop knot, you're going to find it hangs differently than if you tie it on with a knot that draws down. And I don't know the right way. I don't know what's perfect, but I did run across, when we get to the mini leech, I'm going to show you what Langdon Mayer says about tying on with that mini leech. He doesn't tie it on with a loop knot. He ties it on with a regular knot that draws down. And I haven't got to figure out why he does that, because of all things I want to see move, it's that leech. So I have questions there too, and I don't have an answer yet. So anyway, here we are at the end. Coquelicot Leon, again, fine. If you want to use that, if you'd like to use something else, feel free. Whatever you've got out there, it sounds good to me. But about 2 or 3 fibrils is enough. This is the Frenchie, remember, so we're going to use several colors of thread in this one. It takes more than one color. So the gold slotted tongue, the black thread, and the gold oval tinsel. So if you dig through your pile of things here, you may find something that looks like that. And that's an oval tinsel. It's very fine, it's very small, but that's what its origin is. And it's going to go right. If you want to run it clear to the front real quickly and back, that makes a rough surface. You can do that. I don't like to. Okay, I'd much rather have it come clear back here. Put that in a slot somewhere, if I have it, like that, to hold it, come over it, and just tie forward so I cover it. And I want to keep it covered. And I've still got my taper now. So that's pretty good. We're going to leave that back there. I'm going to build this up just a couple of more times.
That's the oval tinsel that looks like a wire, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like a wire, but it's
Okay,
soft.
I got it.
Oh, my tail died though.
Yeah.
No.
If you run your fingers along it, you'll find it's got a little texture. It's not
Yes.
wire. You'll find it's got a little texture to it. That's the guy you're looking for. So I'm going to bring this back up. And I'm going to bring it there. And we've got that pretty much secured on that bead now. It's not moving. So I'll wait on you guys. Because I've got my taper the way I pretty much want it. And I'm going to bring this back. I'm not going to bring the thread all the way up. It's going to go about midpoint or just slightly more. Because we're going to put those 2 different threads on. A green first for the thorax and a red on the edge of the bead. While I'm waiting on you to do that, I'm going to show you something just as a look. I got these new beads. I'm not really happy with them. They're supposed to have red spots in them. I'm red, green, weak, but this print doesn't have a spot in it. And I paid a lot of money for it, and I'm thinking they're going to go back. they're tungsten beads. They should have a hot speckles in them of red. There's a couple that look nice and the rest look good at all. So they came out of Fly Shack. No, they came out of the Avid Max group, and I'm not impressed by them at all. I think the pictures they showed are much better than what they sold. So take this flat oval tinsel and going to wrap it forward, spiraling,
He's getting too.
keeping it flat. And I'm going to capture it up here and stop. Put a half hitch in. Be careful, don't cut your black thread, cut this gold stuff first. And then somewhere around here, I have a threaded up olive piece of thread. Oh, there it is, hiding under the laptop. I have so many wires and things here you won't believe. I've got speakers going so I can hear you better because I never can hear well off this the laptop. And I've got that hooked up. I've got the camera hooked up. I've got wires on the floor for extra extension cords. It's lucky I can move, but that's what happens. So I'm going to keep this
Very slowly.
right around here and bring it down to the thorax. Okay, and get it started. And that's the green olive thread. Okay.
Must have missed something.
And once I got that started on there, I've got to get the black thread to the front. I'm going to tie it off and get it out of the way, moving it forward or just laying it down, whichever way it works for you.
Jerry, I'm sorry, I missed it. What color are you using for your hotspot?
It's for not the hotspot. They call it a thorax, and it's supposed to be olive.
Oh, okay.
Olive thread. May not look it on there. Yeah, I guess it looks pretty olive. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't put it on a bobbin, it might work better just take a piece of thread because it's not easy to do this. Last time I did it with just a piece of thread, and I think it worked out much better. But you can, if you have a rotary vise, you can do this with it too, and that works. Okay. And so you don't want to crowd the front yet because we're going to put a piece of red in there. So I'm going to then crisscross threads, capture the olive with a couple of turns. And I'm going to put a half hitch in there just to hold it. And cut the olive as tight as I can to the fly so I don't get that. A little extra, but it always happens. And then bring out some red.
Red thread?
Red thread, yeah. Red thread's what it calls for. Some red thread. And we're going to put some red under this black for a second, just to capture it.
I don't like the way that looks.
And I'm going to get rid of that extra tail of red so it doesn't stick out. I'm going to bury it, and it pulled right out. So let's try a different trick. I'm going to wrap that red thread around the black and then lay over it a couple of wraps. and see if that doesn't hold it better.
Can you just use a red thread with a bobbin and wrap it on?
What's that?
Just,
I don't have the red on a bobbin. No, I just have it coming right off the spool.
okay.
And I mean, it's not a big deal, whichever way you have it. Whatever works for you. But anchoring it in here is fun. So you'll see, I just cut my thread and had to redo it. Cut both threads. All right. It pulls. So having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
with it. Yeah,
Yep.
somebody else, you cut it too, huh? Okay, there we go.
Darn it.
I got it ripped this time. Half hitch,
Listen, stop.
pull this out,
I'm
pull
super
the
proud
back
of this.
forward, and wrap the red.
So, super black and forward, and wrap the red.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap the red right over the black in the front to make that hot spot.
Yeah,
Take
I'm
several-
gonna wrap the red right over the black in the front to make that hot spot. Take several.
Are you guys getting that delayed feedback?
Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Jerry, I find it's much easier when
You
doing
guys
this sort of
getting that
thing.
delayed feedback?
Yeah. Mute everybody unless somebody wants to talk, because it's
Yeah,
easier.
mute unless you're talking.
Mute everybody unless somebody wants to talk, because
Yeah,
it's easier.
mute.
Y'all sound like Darth Vader.
Yes,
Y'all sound like Darth Vader. Oh,
Yeah.
echo.
So Jerry, this is Ralph. I find it easier if I'm doing this sort of thing to like tie off the black thread and cut it and start the red thread from a bobbin and just put a collar on and cut it.
Yeah.
yeah, you certainly can do that, Ralph. And that's probably a better way. And
You
I'm
know
gonna
what?
put-
Since we're gonna put UV on it, one or two half hitches holds everything. You don't need a lot of wraps.
That's correct. That is absolutely correct. So here goes 2. And that's it. And yes, it does make a difference. And the trouble is the extra little pieces. So I'm gonna put some UV on this right now because it's going away. I'm gonna do a trick with that. Sting that UV there. Pull this down. Hit it, and then I'm gonna cut the thread that's giving me trouble. There we go. There we go. Now we get it. That worked too. Don't, yeah, if you're running away from it, it's running away from you. Put some UV on it. Set it, and then you can cut your thread and you'll be in good shape. The biggest problem is little pieces of thread that just fibers that stick out like crazy. If you get too much UV on, and it starts moving,
So Jerry, another
Too
trick,
much UV on.
I use a little
It
razor
starts
blade type
moving.
thing to cut the thread off flush.
yes. That's good, Ralph. I like that idea.
What'd you say about the UV? Jerry,
Yes,
what'd you say about the UV? If you get too much on?
Oh, I said with
With your finger before you said it.
the UV, if the thread's getting away from you, put a little drop of the UV on it, pull the thread tight, you don't even have to tie it, and set it, and then trim. You can do that, and that's what I've done here. I did there when it was coming away from me. It was starting to unwrap again.
Hey, Jerry, can you see me now?
Say that again?
This is Floyd. Can you see me now?
Oh, John? No,
Floyd.
Lloyd, no.
no, I don't see him.
You don't see me. Okay.
No. But I
So
can
it'll-
hear you.
Yeah, well, you can hear me, but can't see me. Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll just watch you guys tonight and figure out what's going on here.
Okay,
All right.
yep, and that looks like you can see, and I like Ralph's idea with the razor blade, the thread. And I'll try that, Ralph. I don't have one handy that I can dig out, but I have a few.
Well, try that, Ralph. I don't
Yeah,
have one
I
handy
actually,
that I can dig it out. but,
actually,
yeah,
Jerry,
yeah.
what I use is, there's a thing you can buy in the hardware store for cutting wallpaper. It's a little plastic handle that has a razor sharp blade that fits in there.
Hmm,
And it's just perfect for trimming thread flush.
well, that's good.
These are box cutters.
I don't know whether I'm on the camera or not,
Well,
but
that's good.
These are box cutters.
Let's see, I can't find it.
I'm holding up what I'm using here. It's got a-
I'm looking
Let's
around.
see, I can't find it.
Why am
I'm
I
looking
getting-
way around.
I don't, maybe
Why
I
am I
know.
getting-
I'm headed your way, Ralph.
I don't,
know why.
maybe I know. I'm headed your way, Ralph. Won't go away.
There you go. Now I see the Ralph. Oh, yeah.
There you go. Now I see the Ralph.
And they break off, they keep breaking off.
So there's this
Oh,
little,
yeah.
little handle and a sliding blade that you can
And
buy.
they break off, they keep breaking off.
Yeah, they break off like 1/8 of an inch at a time, but they're
Yeah.
razor sharp and it's a convenient handle to use for having a blade that you can get in really close to anything.
Yeah, I like it.
I use a box cutter with just a regular blade.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
I use a box cutter with just a regular blade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
box cutter will work too. This is a little bit slimmer.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Same thing, but same idea.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody kind of caught up. Jonathan, I see you were still working there with your UV, so that's good.
I got through
I
it,
can
Jerry.
see somebody's what they're doing. And Corny, how you doing? Jack, where you at? You're done? Okay. How about you, Al? Yep. Okay, I see bag.
Screwing around with this.
Okay. And the rest of you guys are not showing, so that's okay. I just trying to keep an eye on you guys and see if I'm walking away from you or not.
Yeah, I was muted.
Mark, how you doing over there?
I'm fixing a mess up, but I'm doing okay.
Okay. All right. Oh, I like, and now I finally got a view. I can see some people. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that looks like a mess when you blow it up on the TV here. So pay no attention to that one.
Does that one get a wing case?
That's not my favorite anyway. So we let those go. All right, the next one's gonna look a little different. Now I'm gonna put a finished one in here to let you see where we're going.
I don't think this is. Can that focus on me? I gotta play with this
We
webcam.
call that a split case Perdigon. And there's a yellow spot over the back of the case, wing case spot to say it's opening up. So that's where we're headed on this one. That one came out particularly nice.
I got a question on that, Jerry.
Yes,
If the way you're showing it right now, the hook's going to flip over and the point's going to be on the upside when you're fishing it, right?
yes.
Like that. So the wing case is going to be down. Is that
know that.
anatomically correct?
Yep. And here's the way that quite honestly, that fly is going to be. It's going to be more like that.
Okay.
So they get a look at that wing case, Peter.
Okay.
Is that Peter?
Yep. Yeah, that's Peter.
They're going to get a look at that wing case. And I thought about that too. I had the same problem in my mind, but I haven't had any problem with the fish. They took it and a lot. They took this. This is the fly that I did the best on this past year. I modified it a little bit from this split case here in the fact that I used Chinese hackle, okay, for the tail. I used some of this and I used that split case, and I'll show you how to make the a little bit better when we do it. I have a little trick here that they say using black nail polish. He does for the dark part of the wing case. I just use a good old Sharpie pen, and it works quite well. And it would work a lot better if I could find it. There it is. Yeah, just a Sharpie. You know, that thing. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So anybody not caught up? Now I'm gonna switch to the green thread for this one, the olive. You can use black or whatever color you want, but I just want to switch out a different color just for something in a variety here. And I'm not getting my bead to fall. There it goes. Bead doesn't want to follow. There we go. I got it where I want it now. So we're going to run it down to the end. And now you're going to need to get into your second bag for this stuff to find that Christmas. We lose.
Oh, for 3 and 4.
Okay. I lost something. Oh, it's a red thread. Nothing important. So I'm going to use not the coquillon, but feathers that I showed you from that Chinese hackle. That's a furnace color, they call it. If you had a whole good cape, they'd be calling that furnace.
Now I'm pissed.
This is the cheap
Wow.
version.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I'm just getting a low battery.
So there.
And my batteries are about.
And I made this tail a little bit longer than normal this past year. So you can do what you want with it. And don't worry about it, whether you like it short or long. I don't think it's a particular problem. I just think this is what worked for me this past year. This fly worked very well for me. So that's why I'm kind of modifying it and showing you that you can follow theirs or you can follow me. I don't care. I'm gonna reach in the bag and find this green tinsel. And I also recently picked up, let's see. Oh, of course, it's always reversed.
Here we go.
Temperfy
Oh,
Perdigon body, and this is translucent olive. That's the new thing I found. This is the what I call Christmas green holographic. It's just that Christmas green color, and that's what was working this year. So we're going to tie it with that.
yeah.
Not change too much. I'm just going to put that in, lay it out the back.
So Jerry, the tail feathers you tied in are this other small swatch of hackle that you gave us, this thing. Is that what you're?
I'm sorry, Meg. I had my volume turned down. Say that again.
Oh, I'm sorry. In package 3-4, there's this other type of hackle. Is this what you're using?
Yes.
Okay. Just double checking. It's a little softer.
Thank you for answering because I couldn't hear her.
Eh? Oh, sorry.
Well, I can hear you, Meg, but it just doesn't come through, you know.
That's
My
okay.
hearing problem, not yours.
That's okay. Thank you.
It's the high pitches that don't come through.
Yeah, my husband tells me that all the time.
Hmm.
So
Can't
if
hear.
anybody can help me out when Meg says something,
Maybe I'll just type it in chat.
and my wife thinks it's selective hearing, but it's not.
Oh, no, it's a frequencies. Sorry.
Oh, right. Ray and I have the same problem.
Yeah.
I had a colleague who once, his voice got so low you couldn't hear it anymore. And we always had to tell him whenever he's making a presentation to, please raise your voice.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's pitches and things that they just don't get through like they should.
Hey, well, I'm kind of,
working my way. Go ahead.
I'm kind of catching up here. Is what are you using for the tail?
The yellow.
I have.
Yellow? Okay.
Can you
Yellow.
Can you see that?
I can see it. I just didn't know what color it was. It was the
Yeah,
yellow
this is
one.
a little bit. It's a light yellow. You can
Okay.
use the Perdigon. You can use a Perdigon. You can use a Coquille Leon, but this
Right.
lighter stuff, for some reason, they picked up on it, and I don't know why.
Okay.
I just happen to use one that way, and if you want to take that yellow and you actually want to put a little green coating with it with a pen, you could do that too.
Okay.
They seem to pick up on this coloration pretty well.
Okay. And I'm going to have to go get a charger. I'll be right back.
Off to the Dodge dealership.
That broke up. What did you guys say? Kind of broke up.
Oh, I screwed it up. I got the bead done wrong.
That looks pretty good, the green on the olive. I did the green on the black. I think I like the green on the olive better.
Let's see how it looks when we put the UV on it, and I think you'll see it's a little bit different. I'm going to trim those tails a little bit. Even up. I don't think you can go wrong either way. Yeah, I think that's a good color combination, either side.
There we go.
And
There
even
we go.
and even you got some of this in that second bag. I
Hey,
think that would work too.
Ah. Okay, so
Excuse me.
you're doing a green tinsel? Sorry, I
Yeah.
missed this. I was wrapping, I was going to get my charger. And to go get my charger. Okay. Green, I got it.
Yeah, I like it all. And then that's all the more I'm going to put on. No hotspot or anything on this one. So
Okay,
just tie this off.
you're just
Okay.
putting a rib in, you're not wrapping it.
Nope, this is it.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay, you're
It's just that the green tinsel palmer.
okay. Just ribbing it, right?
We're going to add a wing case to this, and we'll see how that goes. I'll show you how that goes, I should say.
Okay.
So whenever you guys get done, you can pay
Yeah.
attention. I'll wait a little bit.
Okay.
Any questions right now? Anybody's got a minute? Let's see. Let's see, any chats? No, nobody's asking questions.
Yeah, I'm just on the body. I'm catching up.
I gotta show everybody how my husband holds the desk together. Isn't that lovely?
But I can't see. What? Oh, yeah. What the heck, yeah.
He doesn't like the keyboard sliding back and forth, so he clamps it with one of these.
Yeah.
Works for me.
It just fell in my lap.
Yes. Hey. Yeah.
Bob
Never
Becker,
works, right? Mm.
Did you know those big clamps? If
Bob
you
Becker. Bob, did you get your kit, by the way?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, yeah, I just was
Yeah,
hoping it
yeah, I
got to you.
did,
and-
Jerry. You should be getting
I'm
the check
amazed that-
tomorrow.
I'm just
Oh,
amazed
okay.
at how many hours. and
No,
how much work it's done.
Anson has so much trouble getting mail up there. I was wondering if it was a problem all over Colorado. I guess not, so that's good.
No, we're pretty good here.
That's good.
He lives in Summit County, Jerry.
Yeah, that's the problem. COVID capital of the United States.
Got that right.
Whoa.
It surely was.
Hey, that's true, Jerry. You know, my brother and his wife out in Dillon, they got it too. They got all their shots.
They're at like almost 50% testing wise.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, everybody came in at Christmas time while I was up there and spread the word, spread the virus.
Yeah.
It was something
Yeah.
else.
Read the virus.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about going out to the fly show, like I was telling Bob, but I don't know. I don't know.
They
All
were
right.
they
Which
were
one?
asking for volunteers to work the show.
No
I don't
way.
know.
Yeah. Well, my daughter's really fired up on it. That's why I was gonna do it. But, yes.
Is this the one in Schaumburg? The show?
No,
No.
I'm here in Denver.
No, the one in Denver.
Denver.
I'm
Like,
sorry. Yeah.
yeah,
that-
because she
It's in
wants
a new
to.
location this year too. It's over by the airport.
Oh, is it
Oh,
really?
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
well,
not
bad
in the
for
old
her.
location.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that's a week after I have my knee done. I won't be moving.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad for her from Thornton. It's okay.
Yeah, just
she
just
at?
a $35 toll fee.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just take 225. It's cheap.
Yeah.
All right, I put one layer of UV on here while you guys are tying. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do.
Oh,
I'll
you
put
haven't
the
put the
first-
case on yet?
Just, yeah, and don't rush, keep going. Well, I'm gonna show you how to do this split case thing.
Oh, okay, you
So-
haven't done that yet, huh?
If you take a look at it now, at that you see the everything is covered with UV. I'm gonna put another piece of it, and you have to do this kind of quickly. You put some on the back, by the bead, and you're gonna build up a little bit. If you get enough on here. You build a little height on the back of that bead, set it quickly. Do it another time. You want to build a hump along the top and the back. And just by putting more layers on that you get it. And it's probably going to be hard to see that it's what it's doing, but it's there.
Dromedary.
Can you see?
Oh, yeah, it looks obvious what that hump is.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'm just twisting it to get the light where I want it. Sorry. And then I just take that old Sharpie pen and I kind of come across it a couple times quickly till I get it coated down the sides a little bit. I'm going to turn that. Let's see. I don't particularly care for this one spot, so I'm going to add a little bit more here. Fill it in. There we go. And then get it.
Oh, so you just color the hump in? Is that what you do?
I'm not using nail polish. I'm just using that Sharpie pen.
What color?
Black.
Oh, okay.
Just black.
Okay.
Now, you let it dry a second and you can, there's a couple of things I found you can use. One of them's like Tester's model paint. This one is an acrylic paint. Let's see, it's all backwards. Of course, something that somebody would use to make jigs with. And it's just a thick acrylic paint. And once that has set and dried,
Wow.
I'm just going to take a very little bit, a little swipe down the back. No more than that, if you can get away with it. And
Yeah,
that's
hump
it.
looks like the
You go.
upper deck on a 747. It's kind of neat.
You got it.
Five.
That's exactly what it looks like. I like that analogy. It's a 747. This takes a while to dry, about a half hour or so, or an hour. So then you come back and put the final coat over the top of that. And you've got your split case. If you have black nail polish, I don't happen to have any of it, I suppose it would work just great too. And dry a lot quicker. The other thing that I tried, and I gave it away to somebody, maybe Mark got it. The Mean Streak, it's called Mean Streak by Sanford. It's a wax marking pencil for iron and things, and they make them in yellow. And the other good thing you can do if you're Euro nymphing, you can put that on your line, and it's a lot cheaper than that stuff that they sell you to put on your line, and it works just as well, and it wipes off when you don't want it.
Yeah, Jerry, you can get it at the hardware store. Milwaukee makes it, I think, a yellow, white, and black.
Yeah, that's it. Yellow, white, and black. Mean
It'll
Streak.
coat monofilament too.
Yeah, it does. It does a nice job with their mono. So you can do any one, and then later I will coat this again one more time and complete that hump and make it nice and smooth. But that's their Perdigon with the
Wow.
split case.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they like that. they really liked that a lot. the fish did. And so, and if you're thinking about it, and Peter, I know you are thinking about this, but this thing's coming upward somewhat like that attitude. A fish is going to see that from the side.
Yeah.
Quite well, you know. So
You fish
I
it
wouldn't
out
worry
here,
about it
Jerry?
being upside down, you know. If it's coming along the bottom and then it starts lifting up, that's what they're going to look for. So don't forget to swing that up a little bit. Let me see what happens with this. I don't have any. There you go.
Yep.
Now you can see it. And you see how that hangs? That's not mono. Let me put on a piece of mono while I'm waiting on you guys to catch up. And see where it hangs. Something that thin. I hope so. Yeah. Yeah, there's something. By the way, while I'm thinking about it, if anybody wants to get in on the Cooley Region TU meeting tomorrow night, I have a link to it. Jeff Hastings is going to be speaking. So there you go. That's how it hangs. On a piece of mono. It doesn't hang horizontal, it hangs vertical. Oh, it slid away. Come back. There you go. Yeah, that's how you get those upper hookups, you know, upper lip hookups. That takes it on the way up.
Nice.
And that's why I do like these wide open jig hooks, the wide bend. And they, you know,
Yeah,
they're
they
good.
do.
I think they do a lot for it.
Hey, Jerry, do you ever run with bigger beads than this?
Pardon me?
You ever use bigger beads than these?
I have, I do, but I don't think they're too much necessary, but yeah, and these beads are on the smaller side, yes, they are in the smaller, but they're tungsten, and I find that these things just sink so fast anyway. When you figure out you've got nothing but thread there, nothing to hold it back, going down except the tail, it's all slick. And then you figure out the UV coating is not light either, so it takes it down pretty quickly.
Okay.
But that's, you know, certainly you can, and I don't see any reason not to. And that's what the slot's for. That's why you can put a bigger bead on with a slot like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the story with it. Okay, thread olive yellow. Well, I don't have any olive yellow for the next one, so I'm just going to use my plain old olive. But if anybody's got olive yellow thread, here's to you. Put that on. That's what you're going to be using. So the next one is the BWO, blue wing olive matchup, and I don't have Coates and Clark tri-level polyester thread. I can't find that. I never heard of it before, but does anybody know anything about it? Meg, you ever sew with anything called that?
I have to look in my stash over here. I don't know.
Yeah, I looked all through Darius and didn't find it.
I use a lot of sulky thread, the German place. I kind of latched onto that stuff a few years ago.
So we're going to use that. Okay, that's what I'm using.
Not sulky, but
and whatever else you guys find that looks like that, I don't think it makes that much difference. I think it's the rib look that's going to work.
my hands are so.
And whatever, you know, do it as you wish. The bead, the tail is yellow olive coquelicon. So the only thing I found in my armamentarium was this stuff.
What color
And
thread
that-
are you using?
I'm gonna use the myself, I'm gonna use olive. I don't have any olive yellow. They call for olive yellow in the thing. And
I'll get as close as I can to that.
yeah, and some of you are asking me questions about that. I mailed out to the ones that I knew that all the recipes, and if you didn't get a recipe, let me know, and I will mail it out to you without any problem. If you're waiting on a recipe in the whole list, it's all there. So don't be afraid to scream and say, hey, I didn't get that. So I'm going to use yellow, I'm sorry. I'm going to use olive and skip the yellow olive. I haven't seen yellow olive thread anywhere. Probably somebody's got it, but I haven't seen it. And the last time I looked at a nymph, it wasn't yellow olive. Go ahead.
What are you using for the tail on this, Jerry?
Yeah, we are going to use his tail, and I'm going to use in your kit. You should see.
Got the yellow thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
same one,
yellow and black.
same one
Yeah,
as
that
before,
looks
okay. Yeah, same
Yeah.
one as before, got it.
Yeah.
Get it, okay,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you, thank you.
What's that? Couldn't hear you. Hello, say that again, please. I'm sorry. I picked up the wrong spool. I picked up a black one from. That's why it doesn't look olive. Yeah,
Well,
that
we'll just
Wing it.
pretend,
Wing it.
okay.
Yeah, it looks more olive, I hope. Sorry. I looked at it and said, what's that black thread doing on there? There we go. I got my bead twisted about where I want it, I hope. No, I don't. Won't twist. We're stuck. I'll leave it go as it is.
Yeah.
I didn't know if my arm was going to hold out through this whole thing, so it's doing pretty well. They
Good.
put me through the first PT today, physical torture, as Duke called it.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. She was nice to me today. So I'm learning. I'm going to tie in the thread first, just to get that out of the way. And I'm going to use this brown thread that's just sewing thread. But the trick of it is it's nice and round. It's not flat like we use. So it's going to make a rib that we'll see as we wrap on. So I'm going to bring that right up there.
What are you doing, it's brown thread?
It's just regular sewing thread, not mono or anything of that nature, not the trilobal that they talked about. I don't own any of that, and I didn't dig it out, and I didn't send any out with you guys. So whatever thread you can find that it's just a regular sewing thread, I think will be the ticket. Okay. So I'm gonna put that there.
It's like close to brown thread, that's all we're doing?
Well, it's not really super fine. I think you want it to stick out a little bit and make a rib. So a flat thread is what we have. If you can find your wife's sewing thread, or your throwing thread for you, Meg, it would be best. I don't think you need to look too hard, but if you find some, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be better than the flat stuff because it's gonna show up. When we tie on our stuff, it flattens out. This stuff is braided and it doesn't do that. I'm gonna take down, I got a couple here that I don't need. Too big. There we go. There we go. I'm better. I think I like that better. I'm gonna build up my thread in my taper. I apologize for the way that this thing doesn't follow me. It's because I'm using it on high resolution so you can see, and it doesn't follow movement very well on high resolution. So that's the reason that you see that dragging mess. And you also see that I've got my slot in the wrong spot, but it's stuck. It won't move anymore. So I apologize, but that's the way it is, folks.
We won't call you on it.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I get a pass. Good. All right. The hot spot is going to be chartreuse. Okay. So we're going to just take this and we're going to palmer it through there. And you're going to see how it sticks, the rib kind of sticks out more than normal with this thread. It doesn't lay flat. And there. Going to back off one because I want to leave room for that hot spot. And I forgot to do that. So I'm going to do something. Just going to put a little UV there and get rid of that fuzz. There's the fuzz. A little UV to hold that and tack it down first so that it doesn't, the Coates and Clark thread doesn't fuzz out because I think it will. Okay, so I just tacked that way. And now, what do you have in your packages? Let's see, for this hotspot. Oh yes, you do have a little green chartreuse thread in there that I think I stole out of something else. And we separated it out, and it's not great, but it's the only thing I had at the time. I'm going to tie it tonight with body quill, or the new body quill that I got, because I think that's going to work beautifully as a bright hot spot. I like this. I like this stuff. And I don't have it strung up on a bobbin, so I'm going to hand do it. And keep going. If you're ready to go ahead with this other material, go right ahead. If not, you'll catch up. There we go. That stuff really lights up. Whew. Ralph, have you ever used this body quill before? Ralph Lesser?
Hey, Jerry, who makes the body quill?
Vivas.
Vivas.
Okay.
Vivas makes it. I found it at Avid Max. That's the only place.
Well, I don't know.
I found it at Avid Max.
As far as I know.
That's the only place.
I don't know.
Feathercraft carries it as well. I've got it in brown and olive.
J-Stock.
Did you say Stockard, Ralph?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Jerry,
Yes.
Jerry, it's Meg. Okay, I have a spool of Coates and Clark. It looks quite a bit older. Okay, I have a spool of Coates and Clark. It looks quite a bit older. It's a heavier duty thread and it says super sheen.
Jerry, the source that I mentioned was Feathercraft.
It's a heavier duty thread and it says super. Should I don't know whether.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry.
All right, Meg. I'm hearing you. But is it tri-lobal? What you're saying?
Well, it just says super sheen and it's old. It was 45 cents.
Yeah, the tri-lobal has got to be Antron.
Oh, forget that. No, I don't think so. Oh, well.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have yet to find it, so. But what I was going to ask you, Ralph, if you've used it before, when you cut it, I can't, did the razor blade cut it better?
Did the razor blade cut it better?
Yeah, really sharp scissors or a razor blade.
Okay.
Boy, we all sound like robots tonight. That's.
Oh, well, that's it. That was quick.
That's neat.
Lay that on there. And you notice this, how that lights up beautifully. Take this right out over the bead with the UV. So then I'm going to build up on the back of it again for the wing case. And I turn it over so that it doesn't run down the sides till I get the light. That's another trick you can use. If you have thin, runny UV, which this is, it's pretty thin. This stuff is, the UV I'm using is called Silver Creek. And the Henry, I think his name is Komodo, makes it and sells it. And if somebody wants to get a hold of it, let me know. I'll give you a link to him. He sells it cheaply, and he also makes it himself. He's a physician with a PhD in chemistry.
Hmm.
That likes to tie flies. If you've ever been up to the icebreaker, he's usually there and he sells it. Rather
What is
cheaply.
the icebreaker?
Oh, fun. Yeah, that's a great show.
Are they having it this year? I haven't seen anything. Anybody
Oh,
know?
I don't think so. No, I haven't seen anything, and it would have been held by now. So
Yeah, it thinks, well, it's
It's
usually
usually right about now.
yeah,
yeah, you're right, mid-January it is. That's where they have those funny cans of pop that move, right, Demi?
Yep.
We were sitting at the table at lunch, and all of a sudden, the pop can that was on the table just took off by itself, vertically upright, moved. It was really weird. Freaked me out. Okay, there you go. And if you see the light, it can't, the camera can't handle it. When I flash it, it just glows on that body quill. It really lights up. It's a good iridescence that they have. So I think that's all I've got tonight. And you can sit back down and tie the other ones yourself to your heart's content. And if you have questions, let me try to answer, or we'll get answers from the gallery, because I know Ralph knows a heck of a lot about what he's doing. I was hoping we get to Ralph to tie this year, but maybe as things get better, Ralph will have you over here and you can tie in this camera.
Hey, Jerry?
Yes.
Yeah, I
We can
managed.
try that if you want, Jerry.
Hey,
Say
Jerry?
that again.
Yes.
Repeat, please.
No, this is Cornelius. I tried to tie one. I got it in the vise there. Yeah, my hand is kind of hurting and I can't hardly tie too well, stiff. But I managed to tie one. I can't get
Okay.
the zoom in there.
Well, you got if you got one down and it's pretty good, you can get into the rest of them when you get a chance.
Yeah, the old
Oh.
finger's a little stiff and it kind of hurt a little bit there.
Yeah, now you see this rib in here?
yeah, that's cool. Neat.
Yeah,
It just
I can
lights
draw
up.
this year too.
Oh,
That's clever.
Now my ribs are a lot more prominent.
just like the weatherman. Yeah.
Yeah,
Clever.
just like the weatherman. If you don't if you don't put a whole lot of the UV over it, you can get this so it'll stick out, actually sticks out a little bit. But I'm curious. I'd love to see what I find when I start shopping. I'm going to look for tri-lobal. I want to see what that kind of thread looks like. It's got to be something neat. So, questions?
Brown coat.
Suggestions?
Hey, Jerry, could you tell us again the white stuff that you put on top of the wing case?
Oh, what was it? It was yellow, and this was just an acrylic paint.
Acrylic.
But
okay.
yeah, that's just maybe I can get this to reverse. Let's see.
Apple barrel.
Yeah. And this is somebody's kit that they left us for fly tying, and
kit that they left us for fly
Parts.
tying.
What was
And,
left is acrylic paint, but the other thing is called
You
Mean
can,
Streak.
you can buy like 1,000 colors of
Left
acrylic
us
painted,
acrylic
painted
paint,
at
but the other
Hobby
thing
Lobby.
is called Mean Streak.
Yeah, Mean Streak, and it's by Sanford, you know, the people that make the Sharpies. And it comes in a stick, you know, kind of like a Sharpie pen. And it's very waxy, so you can take a needle or a pin and get it on that and just strike it across the top. And it's got some body to it, so it'll make even more of a hump. I just don't have it here. And picking up the hardware, it's not that uncommon. Oh, the other thing to tell you guys is most of you got a little blue wing olive tag in your kit. It says the bead hook chart. Blue wing olive sells the beads, the cheapest of tungsten beads, the cheapest. And it's a BWOfly.com, but their tungsten beads are cheap.
And good. And very good. They have no sprues or anything like that. No sharp edges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ordered
like
some
it.
in an unusual color from them and they had them, so. I don't
Yeah.
remember what it was, but.
Yeah, but I wouldn't order these firehole, well, you can't see them. They're called Firehole Stone Midnight Red, Black and Screaming Red beads. Well, mostly they're black. And the red's not screaming, and I had to get a magnifying glass to find the little dots of red. And they were rather expensive, and they were not what they said they were. Looked good in the advertisement, but bad on the end product. I wasn't impressed. So I think we need a contest. Okay. And here's the contest. Name that fly.
Bluebird.
Huh? It looks like it's a Frenchie, but it's a little bit more Frenchy than
It
Frenchie.
looks like it's a Frenchie, but it's a little bit more Frenchy than Frenchie.
It looks to me like a Liberace.
Yes, or an Elton John.
There you go. It's an Elton John.
Yep.
Yeah, we call that the Elton John. We'll see how it works.
Don't look like no guitar to me.
Elton John.
I like the name. We'll keep it. If it works, yeah. We'll keep
Anybody
that
been
Elton
out?
John.
Anybody been out fishing?
I went out last week.
Are you
with my
kidding?
Gosh,
It's too cold.
Been cold. Today would have been a good day.
Yeah, could have done it.
Milwaukee River's been nice. I don't know if it's frozen over yet or not, but I did pretty good out there on some steelies, a nice couple big fat browns, even a nice brook trout. Coaster, I guess they got them going up there now.
Wow.
I caught a couple steelies out of what is that, Oak Creek, just below Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Danny, I went out last week with Josh.
Did you?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see this fly, but I'll try and bring it up.
Okay.
I'll let you scare here, Bob. Let's see.
Spotlight him, yeah.
I don't even,
Let's see where I can do that.
I don't know, if you can't see this probably.
No, I can do it. Don't go away. I'll find you.
But
Okay.
Get Belton out of the way.
Wait a minute. I gotta find Bob Becker. Here we go, Bob. Your co-host, put it up.
When that's right.
not coming up, Jerry.
Can you put it up to share?
Oh, hang on.
You gotta share it, and then you have to click on it, and then go down to the lower right corner and say share.
Oh, I just lost you.
Yeah, I got it.
Don't go away.
You guys there?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
We're still here.
You there?
I don't know what happened here. Oh, let me get back to Zoom.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, just touching on you, you become bigger.
I can't see you guys anymore, but
Very good picture of Scotty.
can you see that?
I see you hold it up. I can't see what it is, so.
Go
Yeah,
real
now-
close.
Now I see John.
What is it, Bob?
Well, it's kind of like an RS2, except they tie it on a curved hook,
Yeah.
and it's a loop wing. Size 26.
Oh,
Oh, God.
You fishing up by Deckers?
That's why.
No wonder we can't see it.
That's why we can't see
Yeah.
it. We
We
can
couldn't see
see
it,
you.
but you got it magnified.
Yeah,
We'll
when-
believe you, Bob. You fish it up by Deckers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
small.
They've
It's
been
all
doing
loose
real well.
right now.
And that's what we're gonna tie next week, folks.
Okay. They've been doing real well up on the North Platte on big bows. In the 4, 5, 6, 7 pounds and stuff.
Wow.
Wow. Sounds good. And next week it's Green Derrick, a CDC emerger, and the Purple Haze. So it's going to be a little bit bigger stuff and a little bit different. And hopefully we'll get through this. Any suggestions on the camera, anything that I need to change?
That looks
I'm
good.
willing.
Oh, it was good.
That was working great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
All
hey,
right.
Jerry, this is Cornelius. Can you hear me?
Yes, who is it?
Cornelius.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Connie.
Yeah, I just want to say you done an excellent job on getting that material out for us to tie flies. I just want to let you know you done an excellent job. Outstanding.
Well, thank
Mark,
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Mark helped. Mark helped me get them all bagged up.
Outstanding.
The biggest problem I had was time, because as soon as I got ready to just start trolling through this, Whitetail told me, "Oh yeah, we're going to shut down for about a month." What? And
They moved to North Carolina.
They moved.
Did they
I
really?
had to make up my list and everything in a hurry of what I needed, and then I got Nancy literally waded through boxes were packed up to
Oh,
get
no.
everything
Wow.
out to me, and then I still made a bunch of mistakes I had to fill in, but I had to do it in 2 or 3 days. So, and that's when I got into ordering from some of these other people and found out, how cheap their hooks were. And they and Jerry told me about the Blue Wing Olive place that they had the tungsten beads cheap. So things came around a lot cheaper than they would have been. So keep that in mind, that the Fly Shack really has hooks cheap. They're called Saber. And I find them just as good as the regular ones. I don't see much difference, and hopefully we won't
I
be
use a
cussing
lot
at
of them. I've used a
when
lot of them. Yeah, they're great.
when they if they one breaks off on a big fish, I'll take that all back. But so far it looks
They
good.
won't.
You've been using them, Meg?
I use them. I fished them up on the north branch of the Au Sable, and they were perfect. I mean, they don't They don't unbend or any, they're good, they're solid. Who is the gentleman who ties all the Perdigon or the
Tom Starmack.
yeah, Tom was the one that told me about it way
Yeah.
back, because he's like, I don't, unless you're gonna tie like for competition or something like that, he said, get these are great, the Sauber. And he said it'll save you a fortune. Same thing with their tungsten beads. Excellent prices on their tungsten beads.
Yeah, tungsten beads are cheap. They're pretty good there too, but don't get that fire hole there.
Yeah, those are weird.
Oh,
Jerry,
well, that wasn't there. I take that back. That was at the other place. Now I can't think of it. But they're going back. But that's Avid Max. Avid Max was good. Yeah, that's John Silmut. That's where they sent that fly rod to you, right?
Who?
Avid Max, or was it Maxon?
Maxon.
they're pretty. Oh,
Maxon.
Maxon
Okay.
Outfitters.
Maxon. Yeah, they were
Jerry,
good. We
is
gave
fly, is Whitetail, is she operational yet, or?
Oh, yeah.
Still setting up.
Yeah, she's back in operation. Everything's good.
Yeah, because I talked to her a couple days before. I found out that they were closing, and talked to her a couple days before they were moving to North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, and they moved, but they're back in operation.
So they're set up down there then.
Yeah, they're set back up, and they're down there with their family. The
Yeah, that's
daughter-
right. She was telling me they're moving down by their grandkids,
Yeah,
and I can understand that.
yeah.
Jerry, question. Where do you get 1/8 inch or 1/8 inch red beads? I've looked everywhere and I can't get them. You
The
have them
tungsten,
for,
the
yeah.
tungsten one.
yeah.
Blue wing olive.
Blue wing.
Oh, yeah, I'll call them. I didn't use them. Yeah. Yeah, they're
Yeah, no, they have both metallic red and blood red.
oh, good. Okay. I'll look
Blue
it up.
wings.
Yeah.
Hey, Denny,
Yeah,
Yes.
are you going to the show, the fly show, or what?
I'm supposed to have my knee replaced next Thursday, so I don't know if I'll be up.
I don't know.
Ah,
My gosh.
Well, good luck with that. Lenore's went well, so.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, they delayed it out a couple weeks now. I'm just waiting to get it done.
I'm just waiting to see what COVID does here before I commit.
Yeah, I try to stay out of Colorado. Nothing against you, but it's kind of squirrely down there.
Yeah. Well, good luck, Denny, on the knee.
Yeah, it'll go fine.
yeah.
No fun. You
Yeah.
won't be hiking for a while.
How
That's
come my
for a few
picture
weeks.
doesn't, my face doesn't show? Can you see my face, Jerry?
Yes. No.
No,
Who said that?
John,
John.
we can't see you, John.
Who's not giving me trouble?
You're a
about seeing-
white dot, John. You're just a white dot in my eyes.
Oh, he muted himself.
I just wanted to say hello to Stephen Keller. Is that Stephen? Is that who that is there?
Yes.
Yeah, well, welcome. Well,
Thank you.
I don't know you, Stephen, and next time maybe you turn your video on, we'll get to know you. We'd like to see you.
Oh. God,
I don't know.
so demanding, Jerry.
Huh?
So demanding.
I'm
It's
sorry.
Jerry. He's pretty demanding.
There it
guy.
is. There we go. Thank you.
Hard to see.
I'm sorry. I'd just like to see a face associated with a name. It works out better for me. Yeah.
Jerry, I got
All
a
right.
question for you,
Yes, Peter.
or yeah, okay, let me ask you. Would you be willing to take questions on the next week's flies to tie? Can I send them to you, email, for example?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know, because one of the things I like to do is to try to do the flies before the show, before the Zoom session here. So I run into all the problems I'm going to run into, so I can ask you then. So
Okay, that's fine.
I know I
What I'm
have a
gonna-
couple of questions already. For example, like on that purple haze, do you
Yeah.
wind the hackle up or do you wind the hackle down? I've been looking at Flagler's stuff and he has them both ways. Sometimes he goes up, sometimes he goes down.
On the parachute,
Yeah,
I'll show you a trick, but you want it to go downward. You want,
okay.
want the curvatures downward, like they're.
No, I mean,
touching
in terms of that's the way the hackle is oriented in terms of its bend on the hackle. But I mean, when you wind it, do you start at the top of the parachute and work down to the body, or at the
Oh,
body
yes.
and work to the top?
Top down. Yeah, wind down.
Okay.
Under. Yeah, always
Well,
try to wind
Flagler's
under.
latest one that was on the Orvis the last week or so, he did it the other way. He started the other direction.
And I'll show you another thing next week when everybody else is going to wind it clockwise. I'm going to show you wind it counterclockwise, and I'll tell you why next week.
Okay.
That's,
'Cause
You know,
you'll
Peter,
see.
you can go on YouTube and see about every way there is to tie those things.
Yeah, I guess that's right. But
Yeah.
even as I said, Tim had these two videos, and one he did one way, one he did the other way. Maybe he's changing. I don't know.
And each week I'll try to put out the picture of the fly before we're doing it to you, you know, and maybe a connection to a YouTube video. for
That would be
everybody
helpful.
Like to do that. I'm going to try to do that. Some of the stuff, there's no YouTube. Some of them are my
Yeah,
flies.
there is on
I
the
know.
purple haze. I'm looking at it. There is on the purple haze.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can usually find something similar.
Yeah. Hey,
Yep.
see which works, but tie it both ways. See which works best for you.
Yeah, I'll probably do that before the next meeting.
Excuse me, having a coughing fit from, I needed more drinks.
There you go.
But yeah, happy birthday, Jerry. It's Jerry's birthday today.
Happy birthday,
Oh.
Jerry.
Yeah, thank you.
And he spent it with us.
Happy birthday.
oh, happy birthday. I didn't get that.
Should
Okay,
we
one,
all sing?
two, three, we
Do
sing.
I know if you're gonna sing, I'm gonna shut the meeting down.
Mutable. Yeah, mute.
Yeah,
No, we won't do that.
So next Tuesday, 7 o'clock your time, huh?
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Stephen,
Yes.
Stephen, I don't have any more kits. I don't know how you're fixed for fly tying material. But I have some odds and ends that are left over. If you would like some of that, you let me know and I'll try to make up partial kits. Or do you have a lot of stuff and you don't need that?
I got some stuff, but I don't really know what you guys are tying. Do
Did you
like-
get the list?
You have the recipes of them?
Did you get the list?
You got the list of flies. It tells you all the materials that go into them.
I sent that out to you today. If you did not get it when you check,
I think I might have seen something in that. I just,
yeah. Well, you just got it today. So if you didn't get it, let me know. Give me an email. I'll send it out to you again. Then you know what's going on. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right. And any other questions, comments, or can I go eat some birthday cake?
That's a birthday cake.
Go eat
Jerry.
the
Good night.
Night all.
Oh,
Yeah.
happy New Year, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. There's a limoncello cake waiting for me.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, sounds good.
Stay safe all.
Night, night.
Yeah. All.
Take care.
Okay.
Jerry,
Yes,
are you guys recording these for later?
yes, we did. I recorded this.
Okay.
And
And you
I
have-
will let you guys know next week where it's at. I'm not sure where, and Mark's going to put it. Mark Domagowski is our webmaster, and if he puts it on the web page, I'll let you know, but I'm not sure at this
Okay.
point where it's going to be. But this was recorded, yes.
All right.
Okay, Corny,
All right,
get
thank
that
you.
hand better. Get it better. We'll see you all next time.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.